The Ming Dynasty had a strong military which kept its empire secure and in power for about 200 years. The military was an inherited job for the most part, but in crucial situations, some volunteered while others were voluntold. If somebody died in the war, their family was responsible for finding a replacement, usually a son or an orphan. Due to this, the military was always growing and never declined. During the past dynasties, military was considered low standard, but during the Ming Dynasty, it became a privilege. Horses was used as they did not have tanks and warplanes. 40% of the soldiers had spears, another 40% had bows and arrows, and the rest 20% carried swords and shields. A noticeable feature of the military was its exceptional planning which led to many victories. It is said to have been the first formal military training camp in which they practiced their attack to perfection. The Ming military used kites as a form of communication to signal warnings.
The Ming Dynasty was known for an assortment of artistic pursuits, from ornately designed porcelain to beautifully crafted ceramics, but most notable of all were their paintings, where two schools were founded, the Jie School and the Wu School. The Jie School was the better known of the two and had the support of the imperial palace administration. This school comprised of conservative Chinese painters that adapted the Southern Song style, which dates back to 1127 to 1279 AD. The Jie School painters specialized in large decorative paintings that are mostly elaborate colorings of birds and flowers and the Masha-style landscapes. Their palette uses vivid plays of ink and color. By the second half of the 15th century, a second school of painters opened. This school was made up of scholar artists who were more concerned about their personal expressive styles than the professional aspect of their paintings. The artists of the Wu School created paintings for self and peers' enjoyment, not the larger publics. The paintings of the Wu School held light brushstrokes and delicate coloring. There were often implied allusions and poetic inscriptions, and the paintings were largely subjective and left to the audience to interpret the painting's meaning.
The first religion in China originated in the 2nd century BCE to 1911. It started with a person by the name of Confucius, also known as Kongfuzi, a philosopher who lived from 551 to 479 BCE. His religion did not revolve around worshipping a god, but the concept of humanism, morals, and self-improvement. He believed that humans should work to improve themselves and did not need laws or punishments to do so. There were 6 main principles and methods that the Confucius Society followed, which is the Tao, meditation, focus, education, good home life, and effort over knowledge. Another very well-practiced religion is Taoism, also known as Taoism, believed to be created around 142 CE. Taoism comes from what people call Tao. It's an indescribable energy that is responsible for everything. It's not a god to worship, but a system of guidance that can be achieved through meditation and self-reflection. Most of the concepts in this religion are found in opposites or balance, such as Wu and Yu, and Yin and Yang. However, the core of this religion revolves around the way of nature, destiny, and self-development. These 3 things can be achieved by meditation, feng shui, fortune-telling, as well as reading scripts. The third most common religion practiced in China was Buddhism. Buddhism came in around the 1st and 2nd century, created by Siddhartha Gautama, also known as Buddha. It focused on the true nature of life and one's quest to seek nirvana. Like the other 2 religions, Buddhism does not have a god to worship, but focuses on self-development and the nature of life through meditation. One of their beliefs include karma, which means our actions in our past will affect our future. Now, Buddhists believe that karma goes beyond life and into the afterlife, where we are put depends on our actions.
The Ming Empire was known for its efficient government and social stability. Their governmental hierarchy followed the emperor, censors, grand secretariats, ministers, and local people. The Ming dynasty followed a monarchy like all the other dynasties, therefore the empire was the head. Following the empire were the censors, who were the only ones to have direct access to the empire. Next were the Grand Secretariats that were in control of all 6 ministries: war, personnel, revenue, rights, justice, and work.
In ancient China, the development of science and technology was always encouraged. Some of the greatest inventions include silk, paper and printing, the compass, gunpowder, fireworks, the wheelbarrow, hot air balloons, iron casting, and acupuncture. Paper improved communications everywhere. Gunpowder forever changed the way in which battles were fought. Harnesses for draft animals revolutionized agriculture, and boats equipped with magnetic compasses, stern post rudders, and watertight buoyancy were beneficial to long voyages. Some of the most renowned Chinese scientists, such as Li Shizhen, Song Yingxing, Zhu Ziyak, and Zhu Guangqi, have helped to improve science and technology everywhere.
Hongwu, emperor, the first emperor in the Ming Dynasty, was responsible for something called the Code of Great Ming. The Code of Great Ming gave slaves and free people the equality they deserved. As in the Tang Dynasty, one can get away with killing their slave without any punishment. The Code of Great Ming was also mostly based on family life and morals. It followed theories of Confucianism and social morality. For example, respecting one's elders and staying loyal to one's spouse even after they pass.
The economy of the Ming Dynasty was the largest in the world during that period. It is regarded as one of China's 3 golden ages. The period was marked by the increasing political influence of the merchants, the gradual weakening of imperial rule, and technological advances. Despite issuing paper money in the earlier part of the dynasty, the Ming ended up using silver as a means of exchange. Besides the introduction of wage labor, Emperor Hongwu encouraged and enacted pro-agricultural policies. This led to a massive agricultural surplus that became the basis of a market economy.